Jacko, that must feel very sweet, especially the nature of the way it panned out. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, listen, it's a big win for us. It's a really big win off the back of the defeat last week, and the work we've put in with the players and the staff this week. We've really come together, and we're really confident going into this game. But we knew it was going to be a tough game. We knew they were coming off the back of a long travel from Perth and a short turnaround, and we tried to take advantage of that. And I thought, we were well deserving of the 3 points. We had to dig in towards the end, of course, but you have to do that when you're coming up against good teams and good players, and particularly on their home patch as well. So I was really pleased with how we did that, and I'm really pleased with us scoring three goals and creating more chances as well.
You're always a team that wants to play on the front foot, but was that definitely, as you just alluded to, the plan, given that they would have come back from Perth midweek to try and start quickly and assert yourselves on the
Yeah, I think so. We mentioned that, but also not just about that, about how we wanted to play with the ball, and certain strategies what we had on the left-hand side and the right-hand side were a little bit different, and we thought we exploited them okay in the first half, but we could have done it better. We knew that Western Sydney Wanderers would probably come back into the game at some point, so we knew we had to be resilient in our defending, and we worked and talked a lot around that in the lead up to the game, and that's something we're very consistent with and developing all the time and moving forward. So listen, all in all, we're very pleased with the 3 points, but that's all it is. It's 3 points. We understand that. We're going to enjoy it, of course, but we want that to be a starting point for us to go get some consistency and build a run of results. That's what we need.
Ryan Emerson's had a bit of a tough time, obviously, since that grand final celebrations last year. How important is that for you that he's back, he's on the score sheet, and I suppose what can that do for the team now that he is back and available for selection?
Well, same with the Luke Quall as well. Strikers always, when they're going through a spell where they're not been scoring goals, it's always a tough time for them, but both of them have been working hard on it, and we certainly as a team need to help them as well by creating more opportunities, and I thought we did that today. I thought we were more connected and more free in our attacking play. I thought Christian Theoharis was superb. They're the levels of performance we want from Chrissy. He's got fantastic talent, and he's suffered a little bit with injuries this year, but he's back fully fit now, and he's only going to get stronger. And from 1 to 11, and the boys coming off the bench, it was a fantastic performance, and everybody played their part.
I know he's just become a dad, and I think he played against Sydney that day after becoming a dad. Mikhail Dorko just the word in his performance this evening, especially showing the clean set he was like he did at the end.
Listen, he's been a real consistent player for us since he's been here, particularly towards the end of last season, and even this season when we've not had the results, he's put in some good performances. So he's a player who's played multiple positions for us, and he actually loves that. He said he enjoys that side of it. He's a very talented footballer, and I was pleased for him to get the goal tonight, and in the celebration of his daughter being born.
Just finally from me, quick update on Alfie's injury, and off the back of that, putting a 16-year-old in the heart of midfield so early on in the game. Just how pleased were you with Haynes' performance?
Yeah, just on Alfie, we're not sure. It was kind of a knee on knee, and it just went numb a little bit. So whether he's, hopefully he's just maybe caught a nerve or something like that in his knee, and there's nothing too serious. But we'll get that assessed. And the performance from a young player like that, Haynes, is fantastic. He showed his composure. He's growing in all aspects of his game. With every training session he does, he's getting better and better. And I had no qualms about putting him on the bench and him going on the pitch so early. It's not a problem to him. He's done that ever since I've been at the club. And people told me that every challenge he gets put in front of him, he just rises to it. So we're hoping he continues on that path. And I was really pleased with his individual performance. But again, ultimately, like anything, it's a collective performance from our team today. Well, I'm not happy we get into those situations and have to do that, but yeah, of course, yeah, and that's what it is. You have to defend certain situations, and that emergency defending to do that, and that kind of goal protecting mentality is. We showed that in abundance tonight, and the boys wanted to put their body on the line, and that shows that the players are all in, and wanting to win the game. So, you have to go through moments of that in a game. You can't have it your own way, particularly against a good team. And we dealt with those moments well. Maybe got lucky on a few of occasions, but sometimes you need that little bit of luck in football.
What's it like having trained back? Because obviously he had some injury problems at the start of the season, but even last week he was really strong last Sydney, put in some really good passes. He must be really happy to see him kind of showing that leadership that you brought him in for.
Yeah, he is, and it's good to see him back. He's getting stronger and stronger all the time. Even when he came into us at the start of the season, he was still probably not played a lot of football, so he was wanting to find his feet there and get that, and the injury disrupted that a little bit. But he's coming back stronger now, and he was part of a strong performance tonight from the whole team. And he does bring that leadership and experience to a young team, and we want him to grow in that area as well. And we're just pleased with the whole team's performance. But it's good to have Trent back.
And that's your third win in the last 10 games. Plus, I believe it's the second time this season you've scored 3 goals or more in a game. How important is it that you're actually getting the goals, scoring the goals, and continuing that form to defend the championship you also dealing?
Yeah, I mean, we said that it was an area of our game where we need to get better, and we've identified that. And there's certain strategies we use today to get into more attacking positions. But one thing I did say to the players as well before is, listen, let's just play with a little bit more freedom. Relax a little bit in the final third and go express yourselves a little bit more. If it doesn't come off, no problem, I'll take the heat, no problem with that. But just go out there, play with a smile on your face, enjoy competing, and when you get into attacking positions, be creative, because we have got creative players and good 1v1 players, and we know the combinations we want to try and work. But in recent games it's probably not come off how we wanted it to come off, but it was more apparent tonight that we were attacking threat.
Yeah, but then when you do play, let's just say, for example, someone other than the Wanderers, given they've had their defensive problems this season, is that going to be an issue going forward? If the creativity doesn't flow, do you have to look into the market in January? Like, tactically, what are your thoughts?
Well, we are. There's no doubt we are looking to bring maybe a couple of players in January. I've openly said that in my past interviews as well. And you're always looking to strengthen and get better and develop the squad. So that's an area we're looking at. Myself and Matt Simon are working on that at the minute. Whether anything happens there, I'm unsure. But yeah, that's an area where we can develop the squad.
Are you looking for anything specific?
Attacking players. Yeah, I can't give you any names or anything like that. But yeah, some attacking players we're looking at, and I'm hopeful we can get those additions to our squad, and the ones we're looking at would really enhance our team. So hopefully we can do that. But like I said, if it happens, it happens. If not, we build our team, we improve our players, and we keep pushing forward.
And final one from me, you go to Wellington next game and then to Tarney as well to play Western United. How's that going to shape? Because Western United are in good form, and then the trip across the Tasman is never really easy. Yeah,
we're looking forward to it. We like playing football. Players like games coming thick and fast. We'll cover the boys now. We'll get to work on Monday. We'll work in the lead up to going over to Wellington. We're going over 2 days before, so we'll have plenty of time to adjust and get a training session out there as well. The preparation from the staff, Darren Dobson is fantastic, and the organisation. So again, like we had to do last year, the organisation behind the scenes in what we do really helps our preparation. So that'll be the same going into the next few games, and we look at one game at a time. So we'll deal with Wellington first, and then we'll be ready for the next one after that.
Jacko, does the possible activity on incomings depend on outgoings?
Not necessarily, no. But obviously you have to balance a squad at a club like ours. It's not easy for us to carry a huge squad. That's not what we're about. So yeah, I certainly see some players moving out if players arrive in the window.
Is Christian Theoharis potentially going to be one of those? I know suggestions that Perth Glory might be in for him.
Christian's going nowhere. Christian's staying with us, and I had a conversation with Chrissy. Listen, I think other people know that he is a talented player, but we had a conversation the other day, and he loves it at the Mariners. He sees his future here. He enjoys working with the coaching staff, and he feels at home. So when a player's like that, it's a telltale sign that they're not going anywhere. And you saw with his performance tonight, and he's only going to get better with that. That we want him part of our squad.
Would that be, just to follow up on that, the potential exits, if they are exits, would they be loans, or would that be looking to move players on?
It's probably looking to move players on, but we'll see what comes about. There's a lot of different scenarios change all the time during a transfer window. You know, there's a lot of movements. It's only just opened as well, so we'll see what the next few days bring. And like I said, we want to build our squad as well, but we've certainly got a good squad at the minute whose togetherness is really high, and that's something we want to build on.
Does that mean we can expect something soon, if it's the next few days, or is it going to be a bit longer than that?
No, yeah. Listen, I'm not sure. We'll have to see what happens on whether the text messages come in or the calls come in. I'm sure Simmer will be checking his messages afterwards. But we'll see. We work closely together, and yeah, we'll see what comes on Monday.
The Wanderers have only managed to beat you once since 2021. Bogey team, West Sydney Wanderers. Is the West Sydney Wanderers becoming your team where you look forward to every single week because they've only managed to beat you once since 2021?
Well, yeah, I don't look into that too much. All I look at is that they're a strong team. They come off the back of a strong performance against Perth as well. Yes, we know they had to have the travel coming back from there and play and a short turnaround. But listen, they've got some great players, and we knew we had to be on our game today. And in those moments where we had to defend, we defended well. So listen, I don't look into that too much. But listen, our team like playing here. It's a fantastic stadium. And again, they like the challenge of playing against good teams. So Western Sydney Wanderers are a good team.
Is that after the Sydney FC game you weren't happy with how your subs were able to impact a match? Edmondson scored off the bench tonight. Fejal, Eames brilliant off the bench as well. Are you happy with that reaction from that side of things?
Yeah, I think a lot of people made a lot of that comment, and I said that in the post-match up with the broadcast as well. I said we're a group and we have a certain culture at our football club where, you know, we have a lot of psychological safety where we can have those conversations, and we're not worried about that. You know, a lot of people got upset with certainly Trent's comments and my comments as well, saying it's not right and stuff like that, but they don't know what our club is about. They don't know what our dressing room is like. We can have those conversations. Other clubs might not be able to do that, but we certainly can. And we know that we're all in it for the same thing. We all want to get better. We all want to be successful. So, you know, when you have that kind of togetherness and understanding of expectations, and you can have those conversations. I think, like you said there, the subs today come on and made a massive impact to the game. So, yeah, no problem with that with us, and yeah, hopefully I've put that one to bed.
Last two guys, George? No.
And just on Mikel Docker, 5 goals, 1 assist this season. To put it statistically, he's scored 30 goals. How important has he been? He's played left back, he's played up front. Wherever you've needed him, he's done well. So in terms of the squad, in terms of the club, how important of a figure is he?
Yeah, massive. You know, he's a very talented player and a very, you want to say, humble player that, you know, when you start to move players around, sometimes they get the hump a little bit, but not him. Whatever he'll do is for the team. You know, a famous saying from a club I come from, Leeds United, is side before self. And, you know, he certainly typifies that with how he goes about his business. So, you know, he's a valuable member of our squad, and, you know, he was a massive contribution to that victory tonight.